Well, ladies and gentlemen, patriots, people with common sense and working Wi-Fi, welcome back to the one place where the truth hasn't been expropriated without compensation. This channel. Today's topic, the thing no one wants to talk about, that if you do talk about it, suddenly you're a white supremacist or misinformer, unless you're burning a flag, demanding land, in which case you're a hero. Yes, I'm talking about the unspoken truth of farm murders and the so-called white genocide in South Africa. Now, before you panic, let me quote the Honorable, and I use the term loosely. Police Minister Senzo Mkhunu, who recently reassured us all with the grace of a man who's never touched soil or reality, that most farm murder victims are black. Well, thank you, Senzo. Thank you. That just fixes everything. Never mind that white South Africans are still being targeted, brutalized, and murdered on farms, sometimes with methods that make war crimes look humane. Apparently, if you're not the majority of the dead, your trauma doesn't count. Must be comforting. So let's look at his own stats from January to March 2025. 6 farm murders, which is apparently now a decrease. Yay, progress. Of those, only one victim was white, the rest black South Africans, including farm workers and owners. Now, here's the kicker. SAPS doesn't record crime by race. So how are they suddenly so sure it's mostly black victims? It's like doing a blindfolded survey and declaring pineapple is the most hated pizza topping because you feel like it. But I digress. Let's rewind to that awkward moment when our dearly beloved president, in his ever knowledge, Mr. President Ramaphosa, sat next to Donald Trump, was asked about farm murders. What did Cyril say? Absolutely nothing. He stared into the abyss like a man wondering why his teleprompter just froze. Not a word about white genocide, farm attacks, rural safety, nada. He was more committed to not answering than most politicians are to lying. Just give us money, Donald. Just invest. Let's talk about racism. If a white person sneezes wrong, boom, hate crime, court case, jail time, cancelled from society, faster than EFF members when the bill comes. But if the roles are reversed, if a white farmer is called a settler or a colonizer and then attacked, suddenly it's context or historical frustration. Funny how justice only flows one way, isn't it? Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's high time that we speak the truth and we acknowledge it for what it is. Farm murders are a reality, and they happen to both black and white farmers. Black farmers are suffering a lot when it comes to livestock theft, especially in the Free State area, because of the illegal aliens that cross through from Lesotho. Nothing's been said about that. Farm murders happen in the Eastern Cape. They happen in KwaZulu-Natal, happen in Limpopo, where white farmers are being brutally murdered. We see land expropriation, we see land grabs happening right across, and nothing is being done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's high time that we have to do something about this. We need to make a change if we are still going to have a country left for you and I, and for future generations to come after us. It's important to understand it's been 31 years since 1994, 35 years with democracy if you look from 1990. And we can't seem to get the word black and white or race out of our minds. How disgusting of us as a society. We can't acknowledge the basics. We can't acknowledge that farm murders are a real crime. We've got farmers leaving South Africa in droves. There's every month, well, what we will be seeing is an exodus of Afrikaners leaving to the US to go and farm in the US, to go and start up businesses, to go and actually be productive citizens that side. And what does that mean? A brain drain is going to happen in South Africa. We've got young, black, talented people who are leaving South Africa, moving to the Middle East, moving to the United Kingdom, who are actuaries, who are accountants, who are doctors, who have just said enough is enough. We are sick and tired of you, ANC. We're sick and tired of you, the EFF. We're sick and tired of you, Mkhonto Wesizwe. We're sick and tired of you, ATM. We're sick and tired of you, NCC. We need more parties that speak about unity, such as the Democratic Alliance, such as the Vryheidsfront, such as the Patriotic Alliance. We need parties that speak of unity. To hell with people like Herman Mashaba that are just race-bittering people, so bitter with a vendetta that clouds their judgment. They can't even see what's right or wrong. They're so clouded by their vendetta for the Democratic Alliance. They can't stand up for the South African. They made us a promise that they would take out the ANC, and they brought the ANC right back in the city of Tshwane and in the city of Johannesburg. It is high time that we hold such politicians to account for not sticking to what they said they would do. So, ladies and gentlemen, South Africa is just a crazy place. It really, really just is a crazy place. And, let's speak the truth without backing. Let's get real. Speaking about this isn't enough anymore. We need boots on the ground, campaigns, outreaches, flyers, studio lights that don't flicker like ESCOM during a World Cup final. So we're launching channel memberships, starting from just 20 Rand, because every bit helps to keep reporting the truth, expand our influence, hire fact checkers that don't work for George Soros, hit that join button, or don't, and let SABC keep winning. Now, talking is good, but action is better. And I'm not talking about Action SA because they have lost all the action. We are launching a new NGO or lobby group because if our politicians won't fight for South Africa, we will. We're still deciding on the name. So send me your suggestions below. I'm thinking something between the Reform Front and People Against Political BS. What we'll do is go to schools, especially in townships, and teach unity, free markets, capitalism, and why communism ruins everything it touches. Raise real awareness about farm murders. Travel globally to lobbies for support from countries that actually share our Judeo-Christian values, constitutional free market values, as well as expose every unfair racial law, policy, and double standard designed to divide us and destroy us from within. Because, make no mistake, this is war, not just of bullets, but of narratives. This isn't, rather, let me be clear, this isn't about black versus white. This is about the truth versus lies, freedom versus control, and justice versus identity politics. We want black and white people together to fight for a South Africa that respects its farmers, defends rural life, treats people with equality under the law, and throws Marxist nonsense where it belongs, in the dustbin of history. So if you care about truth, join us. If you're tired of being gaslit, join us. And if you're still hoping for Ramaphosa will say something meaningful, well, join anyway. You're clearly an optimist. Drop your NGO name suggestions in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and join the membership. Just 20 Rand can help us flip this entire narrative on its head. This isn't about one race. It's about one country, one truth, and the right to speak it, no matter how uncomfortable it makes the Minister of Police. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to have you. I hope you have a blessed Sunday ahead and enjoy the rest of your week. Till next time, or rather till tomorrow, good night and God bless.